What up, guys? GangstaPranksta back with a brand new episode of Gangsta Plays, and today we are here with episode 315. But before we get into today's episode, hope you guys enjoyed the last episode, episode 314, where we played Scribblenauts Unmasked, and it was fun. I'm gonna be honest, in the video I did have some fun. I have gone back and beaten the game, and I didn't have as much fun. We'll talk about that later, because I got a lot to say about that. But let's introduce today's game. We are here with episode 315, and we are playing a random game. Yes, in case you are not familiar, maybe this is your first time watching Gangsta Plays, every 5 episodes, that just ends up being episodes that end in a 5 or a 0, we play a random game. I take a handful of games, I throw them in this game called Marbles. Marbles on stream, if you're not familiar. And speaking of which, by the way, they finally added like main menu music, or maybe mine never worked. But all the previous episodes I've done Marbles, I've added the music in post. But now they got this like really dope beat. I'm actually really enjoying it. But yeah, anyways, so for random games, we take a handful of games, a dozen games. We put them on marbles. Each marble is assigned a game. Whichever marble ends up winning the race is the game that we play. And there is a theme with the games today. They're all games from the Epic Game Store. If you're not familiar, every Thursday, the Epic Game Store, which is another platform similar to Steam or the Blizzard app or Uplay, whatever, you know, there's tons of them out there. Epic Games has their own. They're the ones that made Fortnite. They have their own platform on PC, and every Thursday they give away free games. So I've accumulated a bunch of these. I've done one based on the Epic Games Store previously. I don't remember which episode. I want to say episode 270 or 275. That could be wrong, but honestly, it's not too important. But all these games that I'm going to be showing off are games from the Epic Game Store that I've gotten for free every week. Every week I go in and make sure I claim that game. So let's introduce the games. Here they are, our dozen games. So we've got Moonlighter, Cow the Kangaroo, I believe it's how you pronounce it, or KO or Cow. Rage 2, Alba, a wildlife adventure, Death Stranding, In Sound Mine, Everything, AER Memories of Old, Neon Abyss, Beyond Blue, Hob, and Among the Sleep. So those are the 12 games that we could possibly randomly get. Let's look for a nice level that has a decent little runtime. Space Station's not bad. Nice little long race. Close to 4 minutes, probably a little less. Let me see if I see anything else. We got Slippery Slopes, it's a decent little time. Coils of Power sounds interesting. Express Delivery, Robotic Roadway, okay. Let's go Space Station. I like a good space vibe. Hopefully it doesn't suck. Alright, here we are with the race, and we are in a space station. That is very accurate. I'm not sure where it's going to lead to. We'll take a look, but without further ado, we see our games here assigned to the marbles. Let's hit start race and see which game we are going to be playing. The marbles are dropping. I want to see where this goes. Oh wow, they're gonna have to roll down actually, I don't think it'll be as bad because they're already pretty much halfway down. Okay, that's not bad, but let's take a look at the rest of this. Wow, heck of a space station we got here. Looks pretty dope. Okay, we're in for a nice little ride. Here we have all our games. Something I did not mention, but if you've watched a previous episode, you will know if a marble gets eliminated, and there's a chance they could fly off the map, they can get destroyed, whatever the case may be, they will be eliminated and they will not have another opportunity to be selected. So once that game or ball is eliminated, they're gone. There's no other chance of... Oh, here's one. Here's our first elimination. Alba, a wildlife adventure, eliminated. That actually sucks. That one looked like a lot of fun. I actually kind of hoped that we would get that one. We got Hob in first place with Among Sleep. Everyone else is kind of... we got a little traffic jam over there. We can look at the space station. Look at... Oh, there's an invisible wall there. But every other game is kind of lagging behind except for Hob. Oh, now we got In Sound Mine. Was that the other two? I thought it was... No, it was Among Sleep. Among Sleep and Hob. But right now, In Sound Mine. Who? AER Memories of Old and Neon Abyss. They are back there. We are coming up on a turn here. Oh, I thought the finish line would be down here, but it looks like it goes even further. Actually, you know what? Let's take a first-person perspective. We're gonna go with number 1. How is Memories of Old in first place? I don't know, but we're going HOB, Hob. I keep wanting to call it HOB, but it's Hob. But I really want to call it HOB. I don't know why. Just, I don't know, I guess it's a sick acronym. My brain just reads it as HOB. But here is our first place. Is he going to... Nope. I thought he was going to possibly get stuck. Let's get back on the third-person perspective. Memories of Old. It looks like it's in dead last. There's no chance for it to come back. We're down to 11 games out of the 12 that we started with. And KO the Kangaroo is maneuvering these obstacles pretty smoothly, and he took a boost. Is the finish line down here? Yes, it is. There it is, that glowing yellow thing. I believe? I could be wrong. But right now, KO the Kangaroo. Let's take a look. Is it the finish line? It is. Okay. I didn't know if it was like these lights that are here. We got KO the Kangaroo, or Cow. In Sound Mine, Hob. Pretty disappointing for Hob. He was leading the whole time. And now he's in third place. Is there anything that can take out the Kangaroo? We got some obstacles here, some speed bumps. Okay, he just blew past that. He's going past the nothing is stopping him. He is the winner, KO the Kangaroo. In Sound Mind, second place, Moonlighter. Wow, Memories of Old came in fourth. I am very surprised. What's in last? Neon Abyss. So we are going to be playing KO the Kangaroo, or Cow the Kangaroo. Hopefully they pronounce it for us in the game, because I'm tired of like, oh, is it this way? Should I pronounce it both ways? Because I don't want to sound like an idiot, but I feel like I do sound like an idiot either way I'm pronouncing it. So without further ado, let's check it out, and hopefully it's a lot of fun. Alright, here we are with KO the Kangaroo. That is how you pronounce it. After we did the marbles thing, I went straight to YouTube and I'm like, I need to learn how to pronounce this. And then it popped in my head, why don't I watch a video review and someone will use the name and say it out loud? And someone called it KO the Kangaroo. And I was like, you know what? But I think KO, like, that can be used to say cow as well, to pronunciate. And I went on YouTube again, searched up how to pronounce KAO, and it was like cow. So I think it's kind of funnier if I call it Cow the Kangaroo, because it's like people that call their dogs Bear. Like, hey there, Bear. You know, it's a weird thing. Just give it like a normal name. So he's probably going to be Cow the Kangaroo. And speaking of which, there was actually a bunch of free DLC, which I downloaded. I think it's all costumes, but, you know, just thought I'd mention that there's a couple free items to pick up. Oh, we got a female kangaroo.
You'll never get them. They'll be your end.
Oh, that looks like us in the background.
You foolish girl. They are a part of me.
Hurry, KO. It's time.
I can already tell I'm going to love this game. This is my fucking favorite genre of game. Action adventure, 3D platformer, you know, your Crashes, your Sonics, not Sonic, sorry, Crash, Spyro, Ratchet and Clank, what else? Jak and Daxter, all those games. This is just like it, so I am, I'm in heaven. We got a good one here. I'm surprised it's not walking me through the controls, though. Like, I fully expected it to be like, oh, press X to attack. But it's just letting us kind of do whatever, which is fine. I'm fine with that.
Let go already. Let it go.
Eternal Warrior. Come here, cute kangaroo girl. We're going to Hopaloo Island. Very fitting for the kangaroos to live there. I wonder if the Dunkaroos kangaroo is here. Great kid snack. Man, I love me some Dunkaroos. I was always a vanilla frosting kind of guy. I didn't really like the chocolate.
It was more than that. It was like Kaya was trying to tell me something. Maybe she knows what happened to Dad. I have to help her. Please don't try to stop me, Mom.
I'm not crazy about the voice.
I won't.
What? You won't?
I tried to stop your father, and it didn't work. I tried to stop your sister, and she ran away. Stubbornness clearly runs in the family, so I'm not going to make the same mistake again.
All right. What's the catch?
If you go well prepared. Go and find Walt first. He's probably checking the area around the dojo. He has to do it more often lately.
Okay. I'm on my way.
Is he gonna train me?
Thanks, Mom. You're the best.
Of course I am.
At the first dialogue that he was speaking, I was like, I don't know, something about it just seemed totally off. The last few sentences that he got in there talking to his mom, it didn't seem that bad. Is that Waltz? There's a cute crab in the background.
What?
We will come take a look at him in a second. There's probably a ton of collectibles. Not that I'm going to try. Jump is Y? Or jump is A? Okay, jump is A, but I have to press Y to interact.
Wait!
We got the letter D, or... Oh my god, what if it is Dunkaroos? The D for Dunkaroos, shallow water. Shallow water can't kill you, but it will slow you down. Is this considered shallow? I feel like I should probably see the bottom of the floor, even though I don't. Okay. That's not too bad. But how do I know if it's shallow and what's deep? This doesn't look shallow at all. Can I... Oh, I thought you can go up there. Let's talk to Mr. Crab over here. Ledge jump. Cool.
Where are you taking me?
Double jump. Press A and A. Gotcha, buddy. Thank you. Anything I'm missing? It's a nice looking world. I'm actually digging it quite a bit. Damn it. I think visually it's good so far. I'm quite happy with it. Let's try this jump again. Okay. This is the trial section, which I should not be having a lot of issues with. So, I might edit this out. Oh, there we go. Okay. I think I got a feel for the jumps now.
Sis?
Maybe I don't. I was just kidding when I said that. What's up, Mr. Crab? Secrets. Explore side paths to find additional rewards. Honestly, that's my middle name. I love
Walt is somewhere around here.
I love exploring the side paths, seeing what's up. We got a chest here. What is in it? Got some D dollars. And a heart. I wonder how the... Oh, letter K. KO. Okay, so we got a little bit of Donkey Kong going on. Spelling out the letters. Or picking up the letters to spell out the name. I actually like that quite a bit. I like when games would do that. There was another game I used to play as a kid that would do that as well. I just can't think of it right now. Give me a roll. Press B to roll. Cool. But I don't know, there's just something about it trying to find all the letters. God, now it's bugging me. I'm like, fuck, what game was it? It wasn't Donkey Kong. It was something else. Oh, there's a gem in there. New Chaopedia something. Is that a chest? Is this a... Okay. I just kind of stumbled upon that move. I thought it was like a bounce pad, but it was not working. This is a checkpoint. Checkpoint, save your progress. Yep. Got that.
This must have something to do with the dream I had.
Which way should we go? We'll go this way. More coins. What can I get with these coins? Oh, this is bad water. Yeah, I just fucking noticed that. I'm like, fuck, it's all green and shit. Probably not good for me. Wait, I'm going backwards. I don't know why there wasn't a crab to tell me, hey, stay out of the green water. Maybe the next one will tell me.
I'm sure Walt would know
Oh,
what to do.
extra life? Is that what this is? Yes, it is. We got 5 lives now. KO lives. Lives give KO another chance. Gotcha. But can the coins give me another life? Because, like, that would be sick. Oh my god. There's actually a secret behind a waterfall? That's awesome. Oh my god. You know how many games I play and there's a waterfall and I go to check it out and it's nothing? It's just a wall? Oh, it's so annoying. But this game knows what should be behind waterfalls. Goddamn secrets. Ooh, purple. Is it gonna be like the purple gem from Crash? It is not. We got some frog bullies. Oh my god, is this Kung Fu Panda? Isn't there I never watched the movie, but I think there's like a Kung Fu teacher or something like that. That looks like this guy here. This koala.
You rang him like a bell, coach. Those were some pro moves.
I am a pro. Wait, what have you done?
Isn't it great? I found Dad's gloves. Someone buried them.
I did, with good reason.
Are they
It
cursed?
was you? But why?
Something evil going on.
Oh, okay, they might be cursed.
Why your dad left? To defeat it. Same darkness corrupted his gloves.
It's a really big earring. I just noticed that.
Their power changed. Your father noticed.
But Kaya wanted me to find them. It was her that led me to the gloves.
What? Explain.
I dreamed about her before coming to look for
I didn't skip there. That was just
She
a
was
weird
trying
cut.
to tell me something. When I woke, Mom agreed that I should go help her.
She what?
Then I
Your mom did
came to
what?
look for you. Kaya's ghost or whatever that was led me to the gloves.
The world? Now upside down. Must forget everything I think I know. Ah, you are right. Can't ignore the signs. Too many now.
So you helped me.
So
to
the
find
gloves are
Dad
good or
and
bad?
Passion like you did? Get me ready for the journey to save Sis? I bet together we'd be able to figure out what happened to Dad.
Fuck, sometimes I hate his voice.
First,
It
move
it
your
annoys me.
try the gloves. Maybe good can come from them. Come, show me what you can do.
You got any punching bags that need to be hit? Get to the dojo. Oh, there's one of the frog bullies. I can't interact with them. Thankfully, they had all these coins, though. Hello, Mr. Crab. Punch the wall. Okay. It is a button. Oh, we got some punching bags. Cool. I was kidding. Press X, destructibles to gain ducats. So that is the name of the coin. I'm a regular Floyd Money Mayweather. I'm like, what the fuck is his name? Oh, I don't want to beat up a crab. You guys have been so nice to me. Give me tips and hints. We got a crab in a bucket. Alright, I gotta punch you, Mr. Crab. I apologize. I didn't feel good about that one. Damn, I didn't think... Did we have to combo the shit out of him? Is he good? Maybe the barrel's making him sink. He's on the bottom of the floor there.
Great.
Dash punch. Use a 3-hit combo to quickly dash through all enemies. Alright. I don't want to do this. I got a scroll? Okay, I was just thinking to myself, I'm like, man, if I fall, it's probably gonna suck a lot. And that almost came to fruition. Okay, this one blew up.
Not bad.
Thank you. Ground slam. Wait, I did this already. Ground slam again? You guys have the same hint? What the fuck? Oh. Damn. I fucked that one up. I feel bad. I mean, I feel bad about all of them, but... I'm still looking for the O, because it's the only letter I'm missing. I probably passed it already, but I've been trying to be pretty vigilant and looking for them. He's gonna tell me about scrolls. Some enemies may drop scrolls containing lore about them. Ooh. Okay, well, I was totally expecting to see a scroll there, but I guess not. Okay, fire does not hurt me. Must be the gloves. Tail attack. Ooh. Wait, what button was it? A and X. Okay. It's a jump attack. Alright, gotcha. Actually, what I was just thinking about was probably one of my favorite videos on the internet. It involves a kangaroo. And it's this guy. It's got to be Australia, right? They're like out in a field, and this guy's out with his dog. And the dog's just kind of like wandering around, running around. And there's a kangaroo that appears, and it tries to grab the dog. And the dog's kind of like, dude, what the fuck do I do? Oh, damn. You can see, like, the dog's pretty frightened. It doesn't really know how to react. And its owner fucking... So the kangaroo won't let go of the guy. Or, sorry, the kangaroo won't let go of the dog. So what happens is the owner ends up getting involved. He walks in, punches the kangaroo square in his stupid face, and frees the dog. It is awesome. The kangaroo just stands there like, did that guy just punch me in the face? It's so good. It is such a great, like, it's like, it was a perfect video that, you know, that you'd find on the internet. It was phenomenal. I highly recommend. Just type in man punches. Oh, here's the O. Man punches kangaroo. And then you can even throw the word dog in there just to make sure you get the right video. I'm not sure how many videos there are of guys fighting kangaroos. Maybe a lot. I don't know. It might be like a pastime, like an activity in Australia. Everyone's favorite pastime, you know, where you fight a Joey. But kangaroos are such cool animals, to be honest. Where most animals have claws and bite and shit, you have a kangaroo, which will, one, kick your fucking chest in, or two, punch you upside the head. People forget they have really, really strong legs. We got a roll dodge. I don't even need to roll, do I? Yeah. I don't. I'm good. But I guess roll, you go further. Oh, I fucking saw myself falling. It's a lot of boxing gloves there. We got a chest over here. Got some ducats. But yeah, anyways, back to kangaroos. They're actually, like, fucking cool-ass animals. Very unique. I wish they weren't native to just Australia. Just imagine, like, a wild kangaroo, like, in your backyard or something. That's crazy. Like, I would love to go to Australia, but at the same time, it just sounds like the biggest fucking nightmare of, like, poisonous bugs, you know, snakes, all these kind of animals. Now, that might just be, like, a, what's the word I'm looking for? A stereotype of Australia, but I don't know. I think that's probably pretty accurate. Like, there's just fucking crazy animals all over the place. I mean, if you're going to go on vacation, you're probably going to stay at a hotel, and you're not going to go anywhere near there. But if you're native to Australia, you know, maybe you wake up one morning, you go to the kitchen, pour yourself a glass of milk. You might see, like, the fucking couple of kangaroos just kind of strolling by. A koala? I don't know what else is native to Australia. I know snakes. They have a lot of snakes and spiders. You did well. Back to the village. Your mum may be worried. She actually... Oh, okay. Just the noise that he made was like he wanted to add something to that. Finish time, 18 minutes. Not bad. I did take my time. I did get a scroll, but I guess because I died in the swamp, they took it away, which is pretty lame. But I didn't even die. I just lost a heart. Oh, there's another scroll.
So with these on, I'm good to go, right? I can punch anything with them?
Not yet. Still don't know their power. How it may affect you.
They're just gloves, my dude.
The only thing I have left of that. I want to wear them.
Really? You play the sad card?
Yeah.
Little monster. Wipe those fake tears. Try the gloves on a real opponent.
Like you?
You ready, coach?
Ah, I talk about the terror.
The terror.
Okay.
I'm assuming it's a gigantic frog, probably?
Sure thing. No problem. Beware, Dark Forest, because here I come.
That's the spirit.
We are going to beat up the terror. Strange crystals have been appearing on the island. Let's call them runes. Yes, good name. I believe runes are connected to the crystal gates, showed up a while ago. I can't collect them. You try. Gloves might help. Maybe you could open the crystal gates with them. Sure. I'll give it a try. Hello, Krabby. Feel bad, but it's also just fun to, like, put him on his back. We'll be going to take out the terror in a second. I just want to explore the village and all the, Oh, this is my mom, right? That's the terror. Oh, no, she's just called Artist. Okay, but she looked like my mom, whatever. Once you're all reunited, come for a new family portrait. Okay. Oh, that's one buff kangaroo. Another scroll, diamonds. What the hell is that thing? It's a pelican. He seems like he might have some gadgets for us. Seems like that kind of character. Well, here's one rune. I see another one on the dock there. We will slowly make our way there. This is definitely a game that has like a vibe to it. Like I said, I fucking love these kind of games. They just bring me back to my childhood, where I loved playing these fucking games. They're just the best. They bring out my inner child. I play these with a smile on my face. This boat looks fucking awesome. What's up, Pelican Man? His name is Gadget. We've been through so much together, my plane and I. I just hope he's treated right. Know what I need? 1 crab, 2 wheels, duct tape, a battery. Ah, yes. And a frying pan. Just wait till you see my next invention. Your head will explode. Well, not literally, as that wouldn't help anybody. And your ma would kill me. I can't figure out what that purple thingy is in front of the entrance to the lava caves. Whoever invented that was a genius, much greater than I am. Is that even possible? The perfect weather for some DIY. I just need to catch a crab or two. So he is talking about past adventures. I know this is not the first KO game. There's been quite a few, I believe. I don't know how many to be exact, but I know there's a couple on Steam, and I believe one had a release date of like pretty old. Now I am playing this one on the Epic Game Store, but I know I own a KO the Kangaroo game on Steam. I got it in a bundle or something like a while ago. So yeah, there are tons of KO games. So I don't know if this is like a reboot of one, or I don't know. I'm assuming it'd be a reboot. Talk to me, buddy. Your name is Fisherman. Oi, KO. Okay, that was riveting. Oh, is that a lot of people? It is. Look at all these people here to talk to. Maybe we should hold a celebration in favor of Kobe and Kaya's return. Good idea. I don't know if I like that text just popping up. It's very messy. You are the innkeeper. Come on in, everyone. Today we have the stew on the menu. It doesn't taste like Uncle Davy's stew, but it is edible. I ate it, and my stomach only hurts a little. I will avoid the stew. How about buddy over here drinking away? You want to talk? No? Okay. But yeah, this is a game I could definitely see myself just fucking chilling, you know, get a podcast going on in the background and just playing away. Kind of like what I did with Scribblenauts Unmasked. Perfect segue into that. I have beaten the game. I went back and beat it. I knew it was going to be a short one. I actually got all the achievements too. I made an effort to do that. That one was a little bit of a problem. Or not a problem, it's just so grindy. And that was one of the things I really did not like about the game. So in terms of the game, from playing the first Scribblenauts, actually I don't think it's the first one, but the first one I played, Scribblenauts Unlimited. I think there's another one that was on DS or something. I could be wrong about that. Anyways, back to Scribblenauts Unmasked. Played the story, it was fine, no issues there. My biggest issue was the post-game stuff. I'm going to compare it to Unlimited. So in Unlimited, each level that you'd go to, you would get starite pieces, and then you'd have to collect them all, and I think you collect a total of 26 by the end, if you collect everything across all the levels. And I thought it was going to be something similar, but it was not. What they did with Unmasked is you have the whole reputation thing, which I think is really stupid. And basically with that, you would do objectives around the map, and then it would give you points, and then that's how you can unlock new locations and different things, costumes and stuff. And man, fucking having to grind that out later on in the game is just so shitty and lame. You know, some of the levels just end up being so fucking cancerous because there's so much shit going on. You know, anytime you spawn in, there can be a bevy of different things that are going on. It sucked. You know, it was a gamble every time you spawn into a level. So that I did not like. And then having to get the reputation things, and they replaced the starry pieces with reputation. So you do the missions, you solve the puzzles, whatever the case may be, and then you get the reputation to unlock levels, and later on you need to unlock costumes. And man, having to grind it out, it's exactly what it was. It was grinding. It sucked so much. I was struggling to do by the end, especially like certain parts of the map. Like Gotham was fine for the most part, but going to like Metropolis, I fucking hated Metropolis. Oa could get pretty hectic. There was always a lot of stuff going on there. It wasn't the most fun, but I powered through it, but goddamn, it took some willpower. No pun intended with, you know, talking about Oa and the Green Lanterns. But yeah, did it. I got all the reputation I needed, went through all the different areas. They had some origin story thing. I don't think we did that. No, we didn't do it in the video. Each character, you can do their origin story. It just basically tells you how they became a hero. And those were fine too. Like, they were pretty short. I would say they're like 2 to 3 minutes. Like, they were quite short. But getting the reputation to unlock all the levels, to unlock the costumes. There's some costumes that were worth like thousands of points. It just became such a fucking nuisance. I hated it. I fucking despised it so much. I really preferred the Scribblenauts Unlimited process. You know, other than that, I think the game was fine. I do like all the DC themed stuff. Like, I went through and would just like spawn different heroes and stuff. I went through the whole like encyclopedia of characters that I could spawn in. You could spawn in like big groups of enemies. You could spawn in like big bads. Like, I'd spawn in like the Anti-Monitor. I'd spawn in like Doomsday. I would just try to get like big fights going on. So I'd spawn like the Anti-Monitor, who's almost like impossible to kill. And then I would spawn in like the Justice League. I'd spawn in Teen Titans, the Justice Society, like anything, and there would just be so much shit going on the screen. That was a lot of fun. I enjoyed that part. But yeah, just the reputation. Fucking hated that part. So yeah, other than that, I thought it was good. Just the reputation sucked. Bring the Starites back. And with the Starites, I thought the side quests were more fun. Where, you know, with the DC one, you know, it was just randomness. Like, you can spawn into a level. Like, hypothetically, you spawn into a level. Let's say you go to Metropolis. Cool, whatever. There's, you know, a predetermined or random selection of missions that appear. And then let's say you go to Oa, then you go back to Metropolis. There's a chance you get the same mission again, or like a different variation of it. The repetition there just kind of killed it for me. But, yeah, the story was fine. I actually liked the little thing at the end with the doppelganger, what they did. For what it is, I enjoyed it, but there were some negatives. And then other than that, I have not gone back to play Zelda yet, which, you know, I definitely should, because it's been almost like 2 weeks since I played. You know, if I pick up the controller and play, I probably would know how to play. Just give me like 10 minutes and, you know, get the feel for it. But yeah, I don't even remember where I left off. Well, yeah, actually I do. I remember the little village that I left off at. But yeah, I've been meaning to go back to that. I just have not, but I want to. I have been... What else have I been playing? Oh, I remember what I was playing. I've been playing a lot of South Park, The Fractured Butthole. I've just been recording like a shit ton of that. Like, so another thing I've been playing is Overwatch 2. I've been kind of getting back into it. It's a guilty pleasure of mine, but I fucking hate myself after every session. I'm just like, why do I play this fucking game? I hate it so much. But they brought back competitive Mystery Heroes, which is a game mode that I like. So I've just been playing the hell out of that. I've been playing it like almost every night, and I'm like, man, instead of playing like that for like a couple hours or whatever, why don't I put some time in towards like recording, where it's like, instead of playing, like, you know, you can do some gaming at night or whatever, but instead of doing it all playing Overwatch, you know, do a little bit of South Park and make some progress in that, and then, you know, you can go back to Overwatch. So that's kind of what I've been doing. I'm playing some Overwatch, or sorry, I've been recording South Park almost every night. I've been pretty active with it. I've been doing it the past few nights. Just been making a lot of good progress, so expect a lot of South Park coming out soon. The way that I'm kind of going at it, like, I'm playing it pretty relaxed and stuff. I'm not powering through it, but at the rate that I'm kind of going at, I should be done the game quite soon. Pretty excited about that. And then I'm still deciding if I want to do the DLC stuff, because there is a DLC expansion. I think there's multiple DLC expansions, but I don't know if they're story related or if they're challenges, like combat challenges, like just, you know, going through hordes and hordes of waves of enemies and stuff like that. So I got to do some more research on that. I will probably end up being like playing through the DLC, but I haven't decided yet. But it is something I am considering. I will probably do it, but I want to beat the game first, obviously. And then other than that, I think that's all game-wise. In terms of me, I've been pretty chill. I've been chilling out lately. Nothing too drastic. Actually, I applied for this job, and if I get it, it'll be like a pretty big deal. It's a pretty solid job. Like, it's a very good job, and I'm hoping to get it. So I did a test for it the other day. It went well. And they're like, all right, you did your testing. We're good. It's good. We're happy with it. And now we're going to invite you for the interview. So that is what I'm going to do next whenever they call me for that. So that's been something in my personal life that's been good. Hopefully I get the job. That'd be pretty awesome. Like I said, it's a good job. And I hope I get it. Like, it's the kind of job that, you know, it's a career job. And I'm pretty excited about it, if I get it. I'm pretty excited about the opportunity. So, wish me luck. They said the interview would probably happen first week of July. I'm recording this, it's like the end of June, so I've not been reached out to about a potential interview, but, you know, it's on the table. And pretty nervous. So hopefully everything with that goes smoothly, and you know, I can get that, because that would be fucking awesome. And what else? That was just something that popped in my head. I completely forgot that happened. I did watch some movies. We'll talk about that. I also watched some wrestling. Watched the first episode of Collision, and I watched Forbidden Door. I didn't really watch Forbidden Door. It was on. I kind of had it in the background. I watched a couple matches. I'll just kind of talk about what I saw and what I thought and stuff like that. I more so have opinions on Collision. That I actually did not watch the whole thing. I completely forgot. I did not watch the main events. I watched the whole show live until the last match. I saw the time for it, and they were starting the main event at like 9:25, 9:30, so I'm like, okay, this is going to be a long match. This will be something that I'll probably catch later, so I was like, alright, I'll watch it at a later time. I never ended up going back to it, but I'm assuming it'd be a good match. FTR, CM Punk versus Juice Robinson, Jay White, and Samoa Joe. Like, there's a lot of good pieces in there that will guarantee it being a good match. So, actually, something else I just thought about. I was really racking my brain of like stuff that I've been up to. I talked about it on the last episode where I've been working with my uncle and we were fixing up this apartment. And man, it looks fucking incredible. From when I first went there to now, it looks fucking great. Like, before it was a fucking dump, and now it's like a family can live. Well, maybe not a family, it's pretty small for a family. But, you know, a single person or a couple, they would have a good home. We made sure of that, so that was pretty cool. I'm going to quickly go through Collision, my kind of thoughts and feelings on it. Overall, I thought it was a really good show. It felt completely different, which I really, really liked, because I was kind of expecting it to kind of be similar to Dynamite or Rampage, but Collision itself felt like a different show. I like that they're using a different commentary team. They had Kevin Kelly and Nigel McGuinness, and Jim Ross is going to be joining them. I heard very bad reviews where I watched the whole show with Kevin Kelly and Nigel McGuinness, which is awesome. I want to talk about them in a second. And then Jim Ross came out for the main event, and apparently it was just terrible. That's what I read, that he was like very incoherent or saying wrong stuff. But come to find out that he actually had a really bad fall that day. He had a huge black eye. He posted it on Twitter, so hopefully he feels better. But I do like the commentary team of Kevin Kelly and Nigel McGuinness. It brings me back to when I was watching Ring of Honor around 2014, 2015. The two of them with Steve Corino, they were great. Like, I really love them as a trio. You have Kevin Kelly, the super straight-laced guy, basically giving you the story. You got Nigel McGuinness, you know, talking about the wrestling, the holds and stuff. And then you'd have Steve Corino come in, and he'd come with a lot of funny jokes and quips and stuff. So they were a really great team. But unfortunately, Steve Corino is working with WWE, so he can't be on the commentary team here. But he was definitely missed. But I thought Kevin Kelly and Nigel McGuinness were fantastic. I'm happy to see that Nigel's being used on like a big show, where I thought he was primarily going to be reduced to kind of Ring of Honor. Not to downplay like Ring of Honor or anything, but it's cool to see him like taking a huge broadcast role in Collision, so that's really cool. But as far as the show, I thought it was good. Like, from top to bottom, I think it was a really solid show. You had good matches, specifically the Buddy Matthews Andrade match. That was really good storytelling, working over each other's previous injuries. That was really good. But when they first announced this match, that it was a Collision match, Buddy Matthews versus Andrade, I'm like, what the fuck? Why are you going to have two heels face each other? Because the last time Andrade was on TV, he was a heel. But because he's coming back from like an injury and stuff and suspension, he's going to come back as a babyface. Anytime someone comes back, they're going to be a babyface. Unless you're CM Punk. Then you're kind of, well, you're a babyface in Chicago. Everywhere else, it's kind of hit and miss. Toronto was very anti-Punk. But Toronto's always been known as the Bizarro World. Famously, you know, WrestleMania 18 and SummerSlam 2005, I believe, are very notorious events where Toronto just like completely turned on the bad guys. Like, they booed the faces and they cheered the heels, stuff like that. But anyways, we'll talk more about the Canadian crowd once we get to Forbidden Door. Anyways, yeah, Andrade came back, got a really good reaction. I was not expecting him to get this good of a reaction. But the fans really, really missed him. And I was like, okay, that's cool. For me, Andrade, when he was announced that he was coming to AEW, I wasn't the biggest fan. I didn't watch much of his stuff in WWE, but there was a lot of hype for him coming into AEW. I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. And he really didn't set the world on fire when he got there. I didn't feel like he really added anything, but with him on Collision here, I do like that quite a bit. And after I saw the match, I'm like, oh shit, that makes sense. He's having a match with Buddy Matthews. This kind of sets up a potential trios title match, where, you know, Malachi Black, Brody King, and Buddy Matthews, the House of Black, the champions, can feud with Andrade. And then, you know, you can bring in like Rouge, you can bring in Drolistico, you can bring in Preston, Pero, whatever they call him now, his new Spanish name. So there's a couple things you could do. I definitely, if they're going to do a six-man, I can see them doing Rouge, Andrade, and Drolistico. Even though I'd like to see Preston get a spot there, I can see them definitely going with the trio that I just mentioned. Other good matches and stuff that happened on the show, we had a TNT title match, and a title change, which is something I was not expecting. But honestly, I should have expected it because, you know, it's Collision. They want to, you know, set up like, okay, shit is going to happen on Collision. And it did, man. Luchasaurus, the new TNT champion. Very surprised that he won, but man, I was super happy for the guy. I was pretty worried about him once they broke up Jurassic Express. I was like, man, you know, Jungle Boy has been kind of primed to be this top baby face. You know, what's Luchasaurus gonna do? But you know, with this new heel persona, with him and Christian, I really like that duo. And him winning the TNT title, I'm super happy for the guy. Glad he's doing some stuff. But as for Wardlow, man, can we do something with the TNT title? Like, it's been so hot-shotted the past few months. I think since last October till now, we've had like 9 different champions. Like, the title just bounced around from person to person to person. Can we get someone with a lengthy reign, like kind of similar to what Orange is doing with the international title, where he's taking on all comers and he's having great matches, and he's kind of building up the international title. Like, the international title is more prestigious than the TNT title. Actually, the international title is more prestigious than probably all the titles in AEW at the moment, to be honest. Even though he lost the title, I am happy for Luchasaurus winning it and being the new TNT champion. I'm excited what they do with that. We had a promo package for Scorpio Sky. Honestly, I'm very interested what they're going to do with him. Are they going to push him? Is he going to be put in a tag team? Like, what are they going to do with him? I'm not too sure. Maybe put him in Bullet Club Gold? That could be something. I think he's a better heel than a babyface. So for him there, you know, Bullet Club Gold, you got Jay White, Juice Robinson, potentially the Guns. Like, they're pretty much part of the team, but they haven't like officially been announced or welcomed in. But they seem like big candidates. I think Scorpio Sky might be a good person for Bullet Club Gold. Give him something to do. Have him run with those guys. And other than that, I think he's probably going to get lost if he's just kind of on his own. But we'll have to wait to see. Miro made his return, and he had a match against Tony Nese. It was okay. Pretty much just Miro destroying the guy. He got a great reaction, though, and he's in great shape. Very interested to see what they do with Miro. And I think that is all I have on my notes. Oh no, I forgot this match. There was a tag team match. It was Tony Storm and Ruby Soho versus Sky Blue and Willow Nightingale. You know, it was a pretty good match, whatever. There's the one thing I wanted to make mention of. There's a spot in the match, just like literally in the beginning of the match. They start with some not crowd brawling, but brawling on the outside. And Ruby and Tony Storm, they get slapped by Sky Blue's mom, who's in the crowd. And after Ruby gets slapped, holy shit, Willow Nightingale comes like a house of fire and just pounces these shit. Like, absolutely destroys Ruby Soho. She goes fucking flying face first into the guardrail. It looked brutal. Like, it was one of the most brutal things I've seen recently in wrestling. It, man, it was, like, if you watch the clip, it was like, holy shit, she's dead. She's fucking dead. But she survived. She finished the match. But it looked horrendous. Holy shit. It looked fucking bad. Bad as in, like, man, she's really hurt. So, highly recommend checking that out. Like, it was a fucking disgusting spot in the match. Didn't watch the main event, so I can't comment on that, but I'm assuming it was good. CM Punk in Chicago, FTR, they're super over. They got some good guys that they're going up against, and Samoa Joe, Juice Robinson, and Jay White, so it was a recipe for success, no matter what. But yeah, as far as the show, I thought it felt fresh. It didn't feel like Dynamite 2.0. It felt like its own thing. It's kind of like the SmackDown to Raw, where, not nowadays SmackDown and Raw, even though to a certain degree, you know, there's a roster split, so that two shows do feel kind of different. But like back in the day of like 2002, 2003, when they did the roster split, Raw had a very specific feel, SmackDown had a very specific feel. That's kind of what it seemed like. They're two very different shows. I'm interested to see what they do with titles. I'm down for them to do somewhat of a split where, you know, on Collision, you know, FTR and CM Punk, they're close, so you can have the tag titles on Collision, and then you can put like the Trios title on Dynamite, You can split up the women's titles. You know, you can have one on Dynamite, one on Collision. The TNT title makes sense to have on Collision because it's on the TNT network. So you can have the international title featured on Dynamite, and then you can have the world champion kind of bounce between both shows. As of right now, I know Tony Khan announced that it's not a roster split, but there definitely are going to be people who are, you know, designated to certain brands, which is fine. I think that's good because it, you know, if you want to watch Punk, you watch Collision. If you want to watch like the Elite and Blackpool Combat Club, you watch Dynamite. And yeah, I'm just pretty excited about another show. I'm pretty excited just because the roster's so big. You know, even with Rampage and Dynamite, you still can't even feature like half the guys, you know? Not even like a quarter of the guys. Like, the roster is so fucking big. And then if you even want to add the Ring of Honor guys that they kind of periodically use from time to time, the roster is even bigger than that. So now they have 3 shows, and, you know, hopefully it just gives an opportunity to kind of feature everybody. I'm kind of interested to see how Collision, Dynamite, and Rampage are after Forbidden Door, because right now they're doing a lot of cross-promotion stuff. You have a lot of New Japan guys coming in and I don't want to say taking spots, but kind of filling in the show because they have to promote for Forbidden Door. So I'm interested to see the next few weeks with Dynamite and Rampage and Collision how they like what they do with roster wise with that, since, you know, New Japan's done with AEW. Not that they're done, but like, you know, the focus was Forbidden Door. Forbidden Door has come and gone. So, you know, they can kind of go their respective ways and focus on their own stuff. But yeah, anyways, Collision, solid show. I like the commentary team. I like the roster. I like the whole look for it. I like the like nitro look that they have for it, the colors that they use. It's a good show. I haven't watched episode 2. I know it happened. It seemed like a good show. Episode 3 has some pretty good matches. You got Roderick Strong versus Samoa Joe. You've got Ricky Starks versus Juice Robinson. And you got Dustin Rhodes versus Powerhouse Hobbs. And all those are for the Owen Cup tournament. Or Owen Hart tournament. Owen Hart Cup? It is Owen Hart Cup. Just Owen Hart tournament, whatever. Those are all matches for that. And yeah, I'm very excited. Very, very excited for Collision and what's in store for that. And then I'll just kind of quickly touch on Forbidden Door. Like I said, I watched a little bit of it, not too much. It was kind of in the background. I didn't really pay too much attention. I watched a little bit of Sonata and Jungle Boy. It was fine. I saw the post-match angle where Jungle Boy turned on Hook. We all saw that coming, so that's not really a big surprise. But I'm very excited to see Jack Perry as a heel. And I'm excited to see Hook kind of do something substantial, so that's exciting. I wish they would just get rid of the FTW belt. Like, it adds absolutely nothing. It's stupid. Just get rid of it. I fucking hate it. It's a dumb title. I watched the majority of the Elite and Eddie Kingston and Tomohiro Ishii versus Blackpool Combat Club, Takeshita and Shota Umino. That was a fun tag team match, 10-man tag team match, a lot of action going on, a lot of stories mixed in there. You know, you got Takeshita I like how they refer to him as El Hijo de Don Callis, which basically means the son of Don Callis. I like that whole thing. I've seen a few of the segments that they've done where the crowd just absolutely boos them. They're getting like Dominic Mysterio type heat. That's really good. Super happy about that. I like Don Callis quite a bit. I like his character. He's very good in his role as like that scummy kind of guy. Takeshita, you know, they're kind of building him up for a big match with Kenny Omega. Very excited about that whenever that happens. You got Eddie Kingston and Jon Moxley, and then Eddie Kingston Claudio. A lot of stuff went on in this match, so that was cool. I watched most of Will Ospreay, Kenny Omega. It was insane. When you think the match was done, they kept going. They did a lot of crazy shit. There was one spot in the match that I fucking hated. That Tiger Driver 91. When I saw that live, my jaw fucking dropped on my desk. I was like, holy shit, he fucking killed him. And I've gone back and I saw the move, like in slow motion and stuff, to see how, like, maybe the angle of the camera didn't catch it. Like, maybe he had a better landing than what it looked like. But no, it was a fucking terrible landing. He landed straight on his neck. All his body weight just comes crushing down. Hopefully he's okay. But they had a hell of a war. But I fucking hated that move. I hope they never do that again. The Tiger Driver 91. Fuck, that sucked. That looked so fucking bad. But yeah, anyways, Will Ospreay wins and is the new United States champion for New Japan. After that, you had Sting, Darby, and Naito versus Jericho, Sammy, and Minoru Suzuki. It was an okay match. I watched most of this one as well, and I just saw some there was one spot in the match which kind of was the catalyst for things kind of going bad, which was when Sammy went for the Sammy cutter or whatever they call it, and he was going to hit it on Sting. Sting went too far down, and then Sammy's fucking coming backwards. They fucking clunk heads. Oh my god, that looked brutal too. I felt so bad for Sting. And then it gets fucking even worse when Sting's laid out on the table. Jericho makes Sammy go up, do a move off the top rope. So what was supposed to happen was Sting was supposed to avoid the 630. That's what the move Sammy did. He was supposed to... So Sammy set Sting up on the table, went up top, did a 630. Sting was supposed to jump off. I guess he was still knocked loopy from when they banged heads. He waited way too long. And, fuck, Sammy killed him with this 630. Just like, because he tried to get up as he was coming down. And he just landed right on his ribs. I felt so bad. I'm like, dude, Sting took a fucking beating this match. Holy shit. So hopefully everything's good with him. He's going to be wrestling on this upcoming Dynamite. So, you know, I think he's in okay shape. I'm assuming Darby's going to do most of the work there. But, yeah. Oh, man. Very rough night for Sting there. And then the main event, I'm going to be honest, I did not really watch too much. I watched the beginning of it, and I'm just like, I'll kind of watch it later. And then I think I ended up playing Overwatch. So I didn't really get to watch this match, but I know a lot of people were hyped for it. Some people say that it didn't deliver. Some people said it was good. I know there was a spot in the match where apparently Bryan broke his arm. And I was like, holy shit. And I went back and watched, and yeah, he goes for the elbow drop. Actually, elbow drops were not good during Forbidden Door, because when CM Punk and Kojima were fighting, they had their match. Kojima goes, I don't know why Punk didn't straighten himself out, but you got Kojima, goes for a top rope elbow, lands elbow into CM Punk's dick. It looked brutal. It looked so bad. It probably was the worst, like... Actually, no, Bryan breaking his arm was way worse, but Punk's probably a close second for getting that elbow straight to the dick. Oh my god, it looked so painful. It's so painful, but it's so funny. But yeah, anyways, learned that Bryan broke his arm, like, in the last 10 minutes of the match, and I went back and watched it. I watched... Okada hit the elbow. You see Bryan, he knows something's wrong. I didn't like the convulsion thing that they did where he faked like a concussion, like he had a seizure. Was not a fan of that. That was like on the same level of like Ric Flair faking a heart attack in his last match. That was fucking terrible. I don't want to see that type of shit. But yeah, you can just see Bryan is in so much pain. And the worst thing is Okada, not to blame the guy, but he keeps like, you know, Irish whip. He grabs the broken arm, goes for the Rainmaker. He pulls on the fucking broken arm. So I just felt super bad for Bryan, especially in the end where he's trying to like put on submissions and he can't even fucking hook it because his arm's broken. It's just hanging there, or fractured. It's not a complete break, but you know, he can't put any fucking pressure on it. He's in so much pain. But yeah, that was brutal. And then, you know, he put the I think it was the Rings of Saturn. I believe that was the submission that he applied, and he applied it with his legs on Okada and made him tap. But yeah, brutal last few minutes for Bryan Danielson. I felt so bad. He was in excruciating pain. You could tell. So I hope he has a quick recovery. I watched the media scrum after, and they did say it was like 6 to 8 weeks. So maybe it's sooner, maybe it's later. We'll have to wait to see how the healing process goes, but he's going to be out for a little bit. I was excited to see Adam Cole and Tom Lawler because I've heard a lot of good stuff about Tom Lawler, and Adam Cole had to pull out due to an illness. Luckily, that was the only match that was canceled because, you know, Forbidden Door last year was cursed, the event. They had to constantly change matches, stuff they had planned. They had to just rearranged. It was a fucking disaster. Luckily with this year, they only had to cancel one match. Tom Lawler ended up wrestling a match against Serpentico, but that was a dark match, so no one saw it. But I've heard a lot of good things about Tom Lawler, like his stuff in MLW, and now he's working with New Japan. Former UFC fighter, and transitioning into a wrestler. Yeah, like I said, I've heard a lot of good stuff, and I was looking forward to seeing him compete in a high-level match against Adam Cole, but unfortunately that didn't happen. Yeah, maybe in the future we'll see Tom Lawler again, but... Now all roads lead to All In. Yeah, All In is the next big show in Wembley Stadium. What's going to happen there? It's too early to tell. I think the show's in like September, or August or September. We're not even in July yet, so there's still ways to go. I'm sure it'll be a killer card. Last but not least, I will go through my movie reviews that I typically do. I ended up watching 3 movies. 2 of them were first-time watches for me, and 1 was a rewatch. First movie I watched was The Machine. This is a newly released movie starring Bert Kreischer, who is a very well-known comedian. If you're not familiar with Bert Kreischer, he has a funny joke that went like super viral, and that's kind of where he got a lot of his fame, where he told the story of the machine. And basically, just to kind of summarize it, is when he was in college, he ended up going to Russia for some class project, assignment type thing. And going there, the class had protection from the Russian mafia. So he ended up befriending the Russian mafia, and he would party with them. He's like a big party guy. He became known as the Machine, and he came back and told it as part of his stand-up routine. Went super viral. I remember watching it on Facebook. That's how viral it went. It wasn't even on fucking YouTube. I mean, YouTube was still a thing at that time. But it really, at least where I saw it, it blew up on Facebook. It was sent to me. So when they announced this movie, I kind of like the concept where they take a real life story, they're going to kind of turn it into a movie of sorts. And the whole premise of the movie is, so in his story, he says that he robbed a train. And one of the people that he robs in a train is like, turns into this very famous mobster, and his daughter comes and wants to retrieve the thing that was stolen. That part of the story isn't great, but the fact that they used like a real life event and then tried to turn it into a movie, I thought that was like a fun idea. But to be honest, I fucking did not like this movie very much. I would say the first hour of this movie, I hated it. I wanted to fucking scratch my eyes out. It wasn't funny. I would say the whole movie, Bert Kreischer is pretty unlikable. The story is he's an asshole. He's got daddy issues, so he takes it out on everybody. But even still, he just comes off as so unlikable. Even at the end, when he's trying to make up with everybody, he's still unlikable. He's just an asshole to everybody. You know, just because he sees the error of his ways, he's still a piece of shit. So, yeah, he was very, very unlikable in this movie. The movie's about an hour and 50 minutes, and I would say the first hour sucked, in my opinion. But the last 50 minutes, honestly, really turned it around for me. Once he gets thrown off the train, it goes on an upswing, and then you get some good action, some good comedy. Kind of made up for the movie, but the first hour was fucking brutal. Anyways, back to the story. The Russian person that wants to get a hold of what he stole, they take him hostage and they take his dad hostage, and that's basically what the story is. It's him and his dad going to Russia to try and retrieve this, it's like a pocket watch type thing. So Bert Kreischer plays himself, and his dad is played by Mark Hamill, who is he's the best thing in this movie. He's awesome, he's funny, he's super likable. They make a decent little team. But, yeah, Mark Hamill steals this fucking movie without even trying. Can't really recommend this one, to be honest. Even though the last, I'd say 50 minutes are pretty good, that first hour is fucking brutal. Almost to the point where, like, I almost turned off the movie. And I'm pretty good about kind of powering through. But I was like, holy shit, I hate my life. Like, why the fuck am I watching this? No one forced me to watch it. I did have a little bit of an interest in it. I do like Bert Kreischer to a certain extent. I like him on some podcasts. I like his cooking show, Something's Burning, where he brings on comedians and he cooks for them. Those are fun. I like him on Two Bears, One Cave. He's good there. But sometimes he can come off as annoying. Avoid this. But I would say watch the story. Watch his famous joke, the machine story. Watch him tell it. It's like 12-15 minutes from what I remember. And it's a very entertaining story. Very good bit. But the movie I can't recommend at all. Avoid that one. Next movie I watched was a movie called Den of Thieves. This was a movie that I've actually watched before. I couldn't remember. I was browsing through Netflix, and I'm like, oh, Den of Thieves, that kind of looks familiar, but I'm like, I don't really remember. And as the movie was going on, I'm like, oh shit, okay, yeah, I remember what happens. I didn't remember the ending. I remembered certain action beats and stuff like that. But honestly, that was a pretty good movie. I actually enjoyed that quite a bit. It was a action drama movie, and both of it was pretty good. You got some good drama, you got some good action, you got some good storytelling, good acting. The story is, it's kind of a two-sided story. So one side of the story, well, it mainly follows a Gerard Butler, who plays a cop, and he's a cop that kind of bends the rules. He's kind of an outlaw of sorts, and he is trying to hunt down these criminals who are ex-Marines that have turned into robbers, and he's trying to catch them. And then, you know, he's going through some personal stuff. You know, he's going through a divorce. His wife left him. He likes to drink and have a good time and fuck prostitutes or stripper. It's the same thing, whatever. And then on the other side of the story, you see like the robber's perspective, and you see them, you get to know them. It's got a solid cast. You've got Gerard Butler, he plays the lead. Then you've got 50 Cent, who, he's in the movie, doesn't have a gigantic role, but, you know, he's good in the scenes that he's in. O'Shea Jackson, I would say he's the other lead. He plays one of the robbers, but he's kind of an informant for the cops because they picked him up. And I don't want to give too much away, but yeah, he plays a big role. And then this guy who I'm not familiar with, Pablo Schreiber, he plays one of the lead robbers, and I thought he was excellent as the robber. I really enjoyed his part. I actually went back and like looked up his Wikipedia and stuff, and actually he is Master Chief in the current show that's going on, the Halo show. He plays Master Chief, and he's been in a bunch of other things. But I really enjoyed him in this movie, Pablo Schreiber. Good movie, a lot of good scenes. There's a lot of tense scenes. There's a scene in a shooting range that was very tense. I really liked that one. The whole last hour of the movie, to be honest, super tense. Where their whole big mission is they want to break into a. It's not a bank. It's some place that deals with money. And it's like no one's ever broken into here, so they're like, we're gonna do it. And they broke in, and you know, stuff is just very tense. That's all I'll say. I don't want to spoil too much, but yeah, good movie. I'd actually highly recommend if you're looking like for a good action movie or a good drama movie, good acting, whatever. This one I can highly recommend. There's also a twist ending, which I wasn't crazy about. I didn't really like it too much, to be honest. They seemed to kind of tie up too many loose ends, where I would have been fine with some of it, but then they tried to connect too much, and it just became very convoluted in my opinion. So the twist was but I would recommend that one, Den of Thieves. Check that out. And then another movie that I watched that I would highly recommend is The King of Staten Island. This is a movie starring Pete Davidson, who, it was kind of a perfect storm. So I got a notification from Netflix saying, hey, there's a couple movies that are on your to watch list that are going to be leaving soon, so check them out soon. One of those movies was The King of Staten Island. I was like, oh shit, I gotta watch this movie. Another thing that kind of made me want to watch this movie is, I believe it was last week or the week before, TMZ put out a story, and it was about Pete Davidson. He went to a shop to buy a dog. One of the people that was working at the place, they took a picture of him, posted it online, which is really kind of scummy, but whatever. He's a public figure. But yeah, he wanted to buy a new pet dog, And then PETA got a hold of him, the looks out for pets rights. One of the people that is like a high-ranking person in that organization put out an article kind of shaming Pete Davidson, being like, don't fucking buy, you gotta adopt these dogs, there's so many dogs at the kennel, blah 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 blah. And Pete Davidson, being the absolute fucking awesome guy that he is, I know Pete Davidson's got like a bit of a reputation, a lot of people seem to hate him. He's a pretty likable guy. I've seen his stand-up and I've seen him on interviews. Very cool, chill guy. Like, he's funny, you know, he's personally, I don't see how you can hate him. But the person that kind of called him out and said, hey, you should adopt or whatever, he ended up getting that person's number, left them a voicemail, and it was just a fucking hilarious voicemail. Basically, he kind of broke down the situation where he's like, the family dog died, he was buying a new one, and he has to buy a hypoallergenic dog because he is severely allergic to dogs. So that's why he's buying like a certain breed of dog. But basically he ends the whole voicemail saying, hey, fuck you, suck my dick. To this lady that works for PETA. It was hilarious. I highly recommend. Check out that voicemail. It's awesome. So I'm like, with that, I see King of Staten Island is leaving Netflix. I'm like, dude, perfect storm, Pete Davidson in the news. I gotta check out this movie. I've heard a lot of good things about it. It's been on my list to watch. I've heard a lot of good things, being like, you know, it's a very funny movie, and I'm happy to say, man, it's a really, really good movie. I really enjoyed it. I thought there's a lot of good acting, a good balance of comedy and drama. That's the main genre that it is. It's a dramedy. And the movie is kind of like a soft biography of Pete Davidson's life, where he plays this character who is, he's a stoner, he's a person who doesn't really have any drive or purpose in life, like he doesn't know what he wants to do with himself. He sees like his sister's going to college, his mom is starting to meet some guy and dating and stuff, and he kind of sees like, you know, a lot of stuff around him is changing, and he's just kind of staying the same. And one of the things that's like a major plot point in the movie is the fact that he lost his father at a young age, who was a firefighter, and that reflects like the real life story of Pete Davidson, who lost his father in 9/11 at a very young age as well. So there's a lot of similarities from this movie that he took in his personal life and included it into this movie. So it's just really fucking good. Like, I can relate a lot to Pete Davidson's character. You know, I can see a lot of myself in him. Not that I'm saying that I've gone through the same things as him, but there were certain scenarios where I'm like, yeah, I definitely can like relate with him. You know, he's just a very his character is very relatable, at least for me personally. I connected with the character, so it made me like the movie even more. But the cast is pretty awesome. You got Pete Davidson. He's not playing himself. He plays a guy named Scott, but it's basically him. You have Bill Burr, famous comedian. He plays the guy who's dating his mom. And that's a funny story how they meet. Then you have Marissa Tomei, who plays his mom. And you have Steve Buscemi, famed actor. So, pretty good cast. Very enjoyable movie. The scenes between Bill Burr and Pete Davidson are very funny. They have very good chemistry. I really liked him a lot. Him with the kids. I don't want to spoil too much about the movie, but him with Bill Burr's kids. Bill Burr has some kids from a previous marriage. He's a divorced father. He walks Bill Burr's kids to school and stuff. And the daughter is just super. Well, the daughter and the son, they're both super sweet. They're great. They were really awesome. Also, speaking of awesome, Pete Davidson's group of friends, the little group that he has in this movie, Igor. Fuck, I wish I wrote down the names. His little group of guys that he chills with were awesome. I really liked the scenes with them. There's a character named Igor. He's probably my favorite character in the movie. He's just the small guy that gets bullied by everyone in his group. But, you know, they love him, but they also kind of bully him. All the scenes with them are super funny. There's a scene with Action Bronson. He makes an appearance in this movie. His scene was super funny. There's a lot of really good moments in this movie, honestly, just to speak of. I just mentioned a few of my favorites. But yeah, I would actually highly recommend this movie. If you're looking for a good comedy, I would say there's more drama than comedy, but still the comedy that is there is great. I really enjoy it quite a bit, but it does lean towards more drama. But it's still a very funny movie. I do have one critique about the movie, and that it's just way too long. It's like 2 hours and 20 minutes. And as much as I liked the movie and I really enjoyed it, if they cut like 10 minutes and kind of tighten up certain scenes, I think the movie would have been perfect, honestly. But the fact that it kind of, I don't want to say drags, but I feel like they could have cut down certain scenes and, like I mentioned, just tighten up a couple things. It just would have been perfect. But yeah, it's 2 hours and 20 minutes around there. So it's quite a lengthy one, but it is still a really good movie. And I would highly recommend King of Staten Island. That's the name of the movie. Unfortunately, it just got pulled from Netflix, so you can't watch it there. Or it might still be there for like another week or so. I don't know when they pull the movies or whatever. I don't know if there's a certain date on how they do that. But yeah, I would say definitely find a way to check out King of Staten Island and Den of Thieves too. Den of Thieves is on, that's on Netflix, so you can find that there. And The Machine is a very new movie, so that's not going to be on Netflix. You kind of, you know, if you want to watch it, you can watch it. That's all I'll say. So those are the movies that I watched, and yeah, that was it for me. So I'm going to wrap up the video here. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Gangsta Plays, where we played KO the Kangaroo. I had a pretty fun time with it, to be honest. I really like this type of game, like I mentioned earlier. It's probably my favorite genre. I just like it. It brings me back to when I was a child, and you know, I love playing these type of games. So even if it sucked, I would say the voice acting sucked. Most of it, especially KO stuff, it's really hit and miss. More miss than hit, but yeah, his voice acting, kind of atrocious at certain points. Other than that, I think the combat's fine. I think the platforming's fine. I think it's pretty enjoyable. So I'm definitely probably going to be playing some more of that, and maybe we'll talk about it in the next episode. Speaking of next episode, look forward to the next episode, episode 316. If you're interested in checking out KO the Kangaroo, I'll put a link to it in the description. You can go check it out. I'll put the Epic Games Store and I'll put the Steam page. Like I mentioned in Marbles, all the games that I had listed were from the Epic Games Store. This was a game that they gave for free at one point, so I got it there. I'm playing it on the Epic Games Store, but I will link that and I will link the Steam page if you're interested in checking it out. If you're into 3D action platformers, I would highly recommend this game. It was pretty good. That's going to be it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed. Keep it locked on the channel. Upcoming stuff. South Park. Lots of South Park. Going to be coming out soon. I'm in the process of recording for my figure video for the month of June. I would say that's probably going to be out in about a week. So look forward to that whenever that comes out. Got a lot of cool stuff this month. And other than that, I think that's it for me. I can't really think of anything else. So again, I want to thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Keep up with everything that's going on the channel. I'll catch you guys next time. And until then, guys, peace out.